Hey everybody, welcome back to another Saturday Night Forum with your host Dangerous Freedom and my beautiful co-host Patriot 3%er. And somewhere down there is Aircraft Sparky. I think he went out to go toke on something. But anyways, should we go ahead and just say hello to everybody in the chat so far?
Sure.
All right. Wandering American came in first. Good to see you. We got Reliable in here. We got Pastor of Reality. Shadowcat, good to see you. Yeah, keep your guns loaded and your powder dry. Mike White, is always a pleasure. Let's see here.
Got C. And I want to say this one.
I like
Pete Rock in the house. I like
that.
That's a cool name.
Pete Rock.
Yeah, Pete Rock in the house. Anyway.
I like this one. True Grave. I did say rebellion, not revolution. I like the country. I want to keep it. I just want to purge all the communists. Very true, man. I can't agree with that statement anymore. We got JT in the house. We got
Pastor of Reality.
Mike White.
Prepping outside of the box.
Oh, wow. We got Prepper outside the box. Cool.
Yeah.
James Kluntz, good to see you. Oh,
yeah.
Now Aircraft Sparky's in the chat. That's weird. He's supposed to be on the panel. He's over in the chat.
Well, I will say, James Kluntz, anyway, he says, "Sorry, I mess up in spelling. Laugh out loud. Hey, don't worry about it, man. I can't spell my name. Sometimes I got a comment to make, and hell, I can't spell half of it, and I'm over there trying to get it on my phone and figure out how to spell this shit. And by the time I figure out how to spell all the shit, you know what? We're already talking about something else. I'm just like, oh, hell with it.
I know, it's funny because a lot of times Patriot will be backstage, like watching another video, and he'll be trying to type something. And he'll be like, "Wait, how do you spell this?" And I'm like, "Oh crap! I think it's like this." Close enough. Good evening, Wayne. Yes, no doubt. Evening, comrades. You know, I'll tell you all really quick. The original picture I wanted to post was actually the Bill of Rights, and it had a circle with a line through it, and it said "void where law prohibited" or "where law prohibits it." And I tried to post that, and YouTube was like, "Nope, you can't do that one. Can't do that one." So I had to switch it to the Constitution being burned because that's basically what they're doing, anyways.
Yeah, they're cool with you putting a picture of burning the Constitution.
Yeah. Prepper Book Club, good to see you. TJ Snodgrass.
Got Detroit prepping in the house.
Mike White. Detroit.
Yes, Mike White. Miguel
3%.
And I'm not even going to try to.
Nidavellir Forge and Woodcraft. I think I got that right. I've been trying this. I've been sitting there like pronouncing it every week, trying to get it right. Nidavellir, but I see him all the time on other prep channels.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Ungrateful Peasant. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, I don't mind to say his name. I don't want to mess it up, and get it all jacked up, and look like a idiot, over here. Lake Ferry Prepper is here.
Good.
That's a good person right there. She is a really great person. C.
Just C. Just
Voodoo Queen Herbalism.
Yes. First live stream. Hey, well, welcome.
Welcome.
So, anyways, Patriot, you wanna discuss that video you were talking about a few minutes ago that you mentioned to us?
Boy, I don't know if we're ready for that just yet in this chat.
Yeah, you know what?
But I mean, we can. I mean, there ain't honestly, there's Jay Clifton. Admits to steal the U.S. elections borderland tiger. This is huge. My wife on board. Mom will send you the link. Yeah, I've been seeing that. All right, so hell, let's just start out with some doom and gloom. I mean, what the hell?
Well, I mean, okay.
All right, we got Sparky back. Let him.
So, hi everybody, I'm Aircraft Sparky, and you're not, because if you were me, you'd look like this, and no one wants that. I was down at DC. This Wednesday. Got some great footage. Man, y'all need to go to my channel. Y'all need to watch this stuff because the mainstream media is lying to you. Surprise, freaking surprise. They are telling you things that are not true. I did not go inside the Capitol, not because I didn't want to, but because I have enough discipline not to. And I say that on purpose because when the people entered the premises, when they actually entered the building, they completely delegitimized everything they did. But I will tell you something that the media will not tell you, and I have really got to say this. This was organic. I'm being very precise. This was not planned. The storming of the Capitol was not planned. It was actually instigated by Capitol Police. And y'all want me to go down into that, I will explain that, but you really should watch the videos. I put them out raw, unedited. When I started recording to when I ended, no commentary. That way you can watch it and you can decide what you think about it. Because if you haven't noticed, the media is not showing you anything what led up to it. That is on purpose.
That's true. And he has this really nice new camera too. Really good footage.
So I'm going to guess that this one down here is not going to share a whole lot of that because he's going to want you to go and watch the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll share some stuff. I'm not worried about, I don't care about views as much as I actually care about people wanting to know the information. I'm not here to waste my breath anymore. I am sick and effing tired. And all of y'all with that 3% logo, either nut up or fucking shut up. That's shots fired. I'm sorry, not sorry.
I don't disagree.
I saw one person there claiming, representing 3% by waving a flag that had the 3% logo on it. Well, awesome, dude. I'm glad you had the integrity to stand up, if that's even what you meant to fly. You may have just liked the logo. I don't know. I saw Oath Keepers there. I saw the American First people there. I saw militias there. What I didn't see is people representing 3%. Now, I understand not everyone could afford to go out there, and I'm not faulting those people. I don't care if people did or did not show up. But I am sick and tired of those who talk the Patriot talk and refuse to walk the Patriot walk. So I'm not here to mince words, kiss ass, or pamper anyone. I am here to put your ass on the grindstone and start honing that into either an edge, or I'm going to beat you against the wall until you're dull and broken.
Hell yeah.
I think that's about what our government wants to do to us. Beat us until we're dull and broken. And do a bang up job so far.
I left I walked out onto the National Mall around 0700 on Wednesday By 1645, I was a domestic terrorist. So I'm not mad about that. Label me whatever the hell you want. I don't apologize for what happened. And I am not going to condemn what happened, but I'm also not going to celebrate it either. Because I firmly believe that they crossed the line when they entered the building. Now, you can disagree with me. Feel free, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. We can disagree. We can talk about that. But I'm not going to apologize for those people taking those actions either. And I'm not going to say they were wrong. And the reason why I'll say this is organic, because when they got in, they didn't leave the velvet ropes. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. There was people walking around smoking weed in the nation's capital. There was people taking selfies. This was not an organized protest. This was an organic protest that was escalated by means of the DC Capitol Police not having enough personnel there because they did not have their finger on the pulse, an idea of what was actually going on. They wanted to rely on the complacency and how quiet and timid conservatives traditionally are. And then they got overran. And then they got embarrassed. And the reason why I'm labeled a domestic terrorist right now, the reason why everyone who was in D.C. is being smeared all over the news is because the elites got scared.
Boo-hoo. Yeah, then they went and crawled in their damn bunker.
Well,
I see nothing wrong with them going to their bunker. Look, I don't blame them one bit.
They should have stayed there.
No, they shouldn't have. They should have went to a place to where they felt safe. Now, something really would have. I really think a lot of this could have been diffused had the House and the Senate came back in and listened to the people, because that's what all that was about. The people do not feel like they are being heard. That was not a violent riot. It was a riot. Okay, I'll say that. It was a riot. By definition, it was a riot. But it was not a violent. Oh, yes, there was a cop. There was a poor cop that died, that lost his life because some jackass decided to hit him in the back of the head with a fire extinguisher. Hundreds of people entered the Capitol. One cop was assaulted. Hundreds of people entered the Capitol. One unarmed Air Force veteran was murdered in cold blood with cops around her.
I saw that, yeah. And then did you see that after she went down, the one cop, he like looked at the other guy and he saw like, and then he gave him the thumbs up.
Yeah, that was I'm okay, is what that was.
No, it looked more like he did the right thing.
No. In fact, they drew down on the cop that shot that woman. What the hell did you just do? And they cuffed his ass.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh wow, did they? I didn't hear about that.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of things people aren't hearing.
Right.
Okay, because the media has a blackout on information. They're not telling you everything. That's why they're not showing you what led up to people coming in. They have footage.
You have
absolutely. I mean, I've seen the video. I've seen the video from at least 3, if not 4 angles where the cops in that fence, and just that one cop is sitting there doing like this to all them people, and they turned around and walked, and all that crowd of people started coming up towards the Capitol steps, and the cops just went right up there and like it wasn't nothing, man. And there was no one of the video angles that I saw is nobody rushed at the cops. They went towards the Capitol steps. The cops, I mean, because people were passing up the cops and the cops just mingled right on out.
And a lot of times, look, like there was one cop that I saw that got knocked over. Someone reached down and helped him back up. Okay, the only time there was anything against the police was when they were trying to arrest someone or when they were trying to stop people from crossing the initial barriers. And it was kind of funny when they threw the first flashbang. By the way, it's in one of my videos. They threw the first flashbang. Patriots on that side, they got quiet for just like a second. They barely flinched, and then they just went back at it because they're like, "Oh, is that all you got?"
Well, I think a lot of people are missing the fact of, you know, look, I understand that a lot of them, I don't doubt in my mind. Let me put it that way. I don't doubt in my mind that there were Antifa disguised as Trump supporters. I don't doubt in my mind that there were Trump supporters that went into the building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt in my mind. What a lot of people I think are forgetting is that there is a mob mentality that happens.
Yeah.
See, they when you get a big crowd of people together and you start getting a certain number of them that start chanting or start beating on doors, you're going to have your certain ones in there that are like, hey, whoa, wait, chill out, guys, you know. But the general consensus, because people are already angry, you know, they're already mad, and it don't take very much at all to get all of them to you know, because I noticed there were a lot of people that never did enter that building. They stayed outside on the, you know, they was, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I'd have been there, I wouldn't have never went in the building.
Yeah, I didn't go in the building. And the cops did not just let them walk in. There came a point to where they weren't going to try to stop them anymore.
Right.
And that's what you're seeing. At first, no, they had them locked. Well, but with enough pressure, locks get broken.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you one other thing, because there's a lot of conspiracy or a lot of talk going about a lot of this was instigated by like Antifa dressing up as patriots.
Look, okay, here's the deal. There was Antifa in the crowd. There was Black Lives Matter in the crowd. There was patriots in the crowd. Who started it? No one knows. No one will ever know. The reason why is because now you are having to attribute something in someone's mind. I saw agitators out there. I saw people trying to instigate shit. I also saw the crowd, also in some of my videos, turn around and say, you talk a big talk, well, come down here with us, big boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got to go on the record here. For those of you who want to do stuff, stop talking, do it. I don't know what that is.
Well, now we don't advocate anything dangerous.
I'm not advocating violence.
Oh, we need to be.
That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is for basically for anyone that is mad and upset and saying something's got to be done, we've got to change this. He's saying, get off your ass and do it. You know, I'm
saying be the change or shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. Right. Look, it's the time to talk is over. And look, I am disgusted by all the conservatives coming about who have talked up this stuff. All the YouTube people who have done nothing but try to sell merch off of this movement. And then when it's time to go out and do shit, they're nowhere to be found. And now they're condemning these people for doing exactly what they've been calling for. I am not condemning what happened out at the Capitol. I did not approve of them entering the building, but I will not condemn it in the least bit. And if that gets me yeeted off of YouTube, so damn be it.
Well,
I had a life before I was on YouTube, and I'll have one well after.
Yeah,
Warsaw is saying it's not just Antifa. It's not just Antifa. Patriot Front is also one who dresses as patriots, who are not, but neo-Nazis. Do you feel from your standpoint, Sparky, from what you saw, do you think there was neo-Nazis involved in any of this? And there
was neo-Nazis involved, and I don't care.
Huh?
There were neo-Nazis there, and I don't care.
No. It's not about. He's just trying to make a point that it wasn't just Antifa and just patriots.
No. There was people from all kinds of different walks of life, okay. And I didn't give a virtue purity test. I did not give a shit. They were there. And you know what? I may not agree with Antifa. Well, no, I know I don't agree with Antifa on a whole hell of a lot, but you know what? If they were there, look, patriotism comes in all many forms. And I'll tell you this is hot take for the night. I may not agree with the motives of those like Antifa or Black Lives Matter. I may not agree with that, but we all see a similar bad symptom that needs to be corrected. And I have no problem aligning myself to a limited fashion with people who who are wanting the same things ultimately, who are wanting to make things better for the country.
Yeah.
Now, I may not agree with what we want to see in the end, but when people see tyranny, do we really need to give a virtue test to make sure that we're all in agreement on every little thing before we rush into battle? No. I can ally with someone and then turn around at the end of the battle and say, hey, we work together. Let's try to build on that and work together towards something that is agreeable to all parties, and try to work with it from there. If that can't come, well, then okay, adversary it is.
Yeah.
But by God, I will take help, because I can't depend on everyone else who wants to profit off of this, who wants to talk the talk and not walk the walk. And that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at.
Dude, that was very profound, dude. And you know what? You're like preaching to all of us. I mean, none of us want to see this go violent. And honestly, the only thing that I can think of is I don't see how it can't go violent. And
see, okay, and I think if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, I know Sparky well enough, he will correct me on his thoughts. I think what Sparky is getting at is the fact that, we need to be looking at, because I've actually been hearing on some other channels and stuff. I've actually been hearing some beginning talks of, maybe we should go in and try to kind of, with Antifa, BLM, with some of these other groups, and say, hey, look, we don't have to agree on a lot of shit, okay? But one thing we all need to agree on is the one that is trying to destroy our freedoms and destroy us are trying to destroy all of us. You know, because let me tell you something. Because some of these Antifa, for instance, because some of them are getting away with a lot of this shit that's going on, Antifa, BLM, in some of these real liberal cities, you have to understand, if it keeps going the way it's going with the government, they're going to destroy them people.
Okay, and I got to address something.
Okay.
Arizona Infidel says, why start a war when he can start the Insurrection Act? He's not going to.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has conceded.
Well, but he didn't concede to Biden.
He conceded to Biden. It's over. Trump will not be president. Get used to it. Joseph Biden will be the 46th president of the United States. It has been certified. It is constitutional. I do not like it, but I am going to get over this delusion. There is no the plan.
Oh God, you're talking about that stuff again?
Okay. The plan, whatever it was, maybe they should have let everyone in on it because it failed. Here's what happened. People wanted to get on the steps of the Capitol. The Capitol Police resisted for a short amount of time until they realized they didn't have enough people to stop them. They allowed it to happen. They pushed back a little bit until they were overpowered. They were overpowered. People went to the steps. Okay. The idea was that stopped the session. And I even mentioned to some people, hey, this is awesome. Cool. Now you got to hold it till midnight. And they went, what? Yeah. Now you have to keep the police away and you've got to hold your ground until midnight. That way they can't complete the session that day. Because if they restart the session on the same calendar day, it's still the same session. And then they could finish the vote. The vote happened. It was certified. It's done. Whatever the plan is, to all my Q brothers and sisters, I love you, but y'all's a bit crazy. Maybe y'all should have let everyone else in on the plan. That way, maybe it could have been enacted.
I'd like to introduce American Warhorse down there. I don't know.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Stable. Hey, Charity. Hey, Sparky. Glad you're in one piece. What's up, Patriot?
What's happening, brother? So what's your thoughts on this, Warhorse?
Well, I just walked into this, but I'm assuming we're talking about that shit show that happened on Wednesday.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Now, I don't know what everybody was talking about, but here's my take on it. First of all, I think part of it was the setup. Okay, from what I understand. Now, I might be wrong, and I'm probably wrong. Okay, but it seems to me that this was kind of what do you call that? A red flag event or something like that, where
false flag event is probably what you're looking at.
The Capitol Hill Police seems to kind of step back and say, "There you go, folks. There's the Capitol." Sparky, you're right. If they'd have held the ground until after midnight, okay, none of that would be happening. You're right. But no, it was that guy. I'm sorry, I wasn't there, so I can only speculate. But what was the giveaway? The guy with the hat and the horns looked like the Flintstones lodge hat.
Oh no, that's his shtick, man. That is, you're talking about the QAnon shaman.
Yeah.
That's what they refer to him as, or the Buffalo Viking. I've heard him called that as well.
What was that? What was the lodge that Fred and Barney belonged to? The Water Buffaloes?
Yeah.
It looked like a Water Buffaloes lodge hat.
Look, he does that. Look, he does that for attention. There's like there was someone walking around dressed up as Super Trump. No, he's not Antifa. He's QAnon.
Okay.
So, look, it doesn't matter if they voted in someone who was voted in fraudulently. The constitutional process has been followed. I do not like the outcome of it.
No.
By any means.
Nope.
But I swore to uphold and defend the Constitution, not my fifis. So, even though I do not like the outcome, my principles, for me to be a principled person, for me to sit here and tell you to stand on your principles and your laurels, I can't sit here and blow smoke up your ass and tell you to trust the plan and that everything's going to be all fucking hunky-dory, because it's not. It's going to suck.
Right.
And,
no, go ahead. I'm sorry, Sparky.
And we have become complacent and soft.
Yep.
Basically, and if you look at the fall of the Roman Empire, when everything was going downhill, when unemployment was through the roof, they always made sure the gladiators stayed fighting. Well, guess what? That's called bread and circus.
Right.
And just like you saw the viral video of the woman in LA who couldn't open up her outdoor dining following all the quote unquote koof protocol, but Hollywood, who was following the same protocol, was completely fine. There's your proof. Bread and circuses.
Sure.
Keep the people fat, dumb, and happy as much as you can while Rome burns and Nero fiddles.
Well, yeah. I mean, I said it last week. Start with this. Okay. Get them to join social media of all kinds. You know, give them their toys and let them be distracted and fooled and, you know, and whatnot. And they'll stick their heads in the sand and say, hey, that's okay. I'll just go whichever way the wind blows. You know, it's tiring, man. It's tiring. By the way, I want to say hi to Gary Holland and hey Gary, what's up? And Voice in the Dark. I've seen him around or her. I'm sorry if if I got the gender wrong. I'm sorry. But here's the thing. It's as long as you keep people distracted, as long as you keep giving them toys to play with, the latest greatest. Patriot, we talked about that on the show last week. Give them their toys. Let them keep up with whatever. Then they're all very, very happy. And I told you all of this last week. We're the frogs. We're the frogs. Okay? We're getting boiled. You see all this censorship. I mean, massive censorship. They're not even bothering to hide it. They're not. They're not bothering.
They're actually breaking laws right now because courts have already ruled Donald Trump cannot block anyone from his social media because he's a public figure, and he cannot be blocked because he is an official. He's a government official and is answerable to his constituents. And I need to, Kentucky Patriots Semper Fi says, you are blowing smoke and you have no clue, Sparky. You're entitled to your opinion, entitled to spell with an E, sir. It's America. Hey, man, I hear what you're saying. Look, I'm not sitting here telling you everything's going to be good. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be shit. Now, if you disagree with that, cool. That's completely fine, man. I'd love for you to tell me how the Biden-Harris administration is going to be a good thing for America. But
Well, I'll tell you this. I can't this and I don't care how it sounds. I can't wait. I can't wait to say I told you so to the brain dead folks who voted for this team of Harris Biden. Okay, and I said that way on purpose, Harris Biden. All
Yep.
right. Wait until your taxes start going up. Wait till your fuel costs start going through the roof. Wait till your jobs start going overseas. Wait till all of a sudden every neighborhood has subsidized housing. All right. Wait till they start taxing. Margaret Thatcher said it. Socialism only works with other people's money. So when they start taxing all these rich folks, they got the ability to run. So they're gonna drop down to the next tier, and then the next tier, and then the next tier. You don't think it's gonna be all of us? So all of you brain dead jokers who voted for this team, I'm gonna say I told you so when your taxes start going through the ceiling.
Yeah.
So I've got something I want to say on all this, and
Yes, sir.
I first off, everybody out there, look. Okay, first off, I can't hardly spell my own name. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm lucky to, to get my name right and shit when I spell. Second off, the thing I want to say about this is I did watch a video today. It was sent to me privately.
Yeah.
And it's of a gentleman who is a career. I don't know what's. I'm not a military guy. I've never been in the military, so I don't know what they actually call someone who is like. Do they call them a career or whatever?
Lifers.
Lifers. Okay, in the military, he is a career military guy. This guy was very serious, very straightforward, and this man was scared. And he is in the military and been in the military his whole life. He's an older gentleman as myself. Okay. The video I saw today scared the living fuck out of me. I'm talking about. I'm not going to lie to you. I had to pause the video and get up and go outside and look around outside and try to think, is this guy for real or not? And I went back in, and just the way that he spoke scared the living shit out of me. And I'm going to tell you what he said. One of the things he said was he is fixing to take an early retirement. He is going to give up some of his retirement to take an early retirement. I don't know how all that works with the military, but he said he is fixing to take an early retirement because what he is being told in the military, what he is being told, he said, I will never do to my American citizens. He said, if all you people out there think you are going to hide your guns and bury them, he said, you are sadly mistaken. He said, we have the capability of ground penetrating radar that will find your cache. He said, you are going to be given a choice right up front to turn your guns in. The second thing, when you do not turn them in, they do know who has guns and who don't. All that bullshit about, well, I filled out that paperwork, or I bought it from Joe Blow. Well, let me tell you something. Do you think Joe Blow down the street, when he's got a family sitting there and they come and they go, hey, we know you bought this gun, where the fuck is it? Do you think he's going to go, he's going to say, I sold it to that man. Okay. Even if you paid cash for it. Second off, this is what this man was talking about. He said, they will come to your house. And he said, I'm telling you what we are being told to do when you do not turn over your guns. He said, it is horrifying. He said, I am scared to death. And he said, I'm telling you this now. If you do not believe me, I feel really sorry for you. He said, this is not going to go the way you think it is. He said, Biden will be president. Biden is the president. And he said,
well, January 20th, he is the president.
Yeah, right. But what I'm saying is, the things that this man said scared the living fuck out of me. I'm telling you, it really made. I've been doing a lot of thinking today.
Wow.
Look. Hold on, guys. I understand. I get it. I'll fucking fight to the death. I get it. I'm telling you, I believe what this man said, and I believe you're fixing to have to make that choice. You're not going to be given the opportunity to decide on, well, fuck it, I'm going to go hang out in the woods, or fuck it, I'm just going to do. You're going to be given a choice to fight and die or live. Just telling you. I'm just telling you, the video I saw was sent to me privately, and
well, I would like to see that, but I mean, we already know they have groundbreaking technology. I mean, that one is not a shocker to anybody in the chat. Do I think that the majority of the military is going to go along with it? That's hit or miss. I mean,
no, okay. I'm going to tell you this, man, and so Nacho Livestream had some bootlicking infantry soldier on one of his little live streams he's been having lately. And that guy claims to be a patriot, claims to be conservative, was basically saying he would gladly follow any rule, any order he was given. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. There are principled people in the military, but just like there's bad cops in the military, which has one of the lowest rejection rates amongst all of your professions. I mean, hell, I love my servicemen and women. I used to be one. I'm a goddamn veteran. American Warhorse, you were a veteran. And you can probably sit there and tell me you worked with some of the greatest people that you probably met in your entire life, but all at the same time, flip that coin over, you also work with probably some of the shittiest people you've ever met. So I'm not to sit there and pretend like there isn't people who's not going to just blindly follow these orders. If you think that's true, man, I got some oceanside property, man, over there by Freedom. Sell you,
right?
Okay. Look, I'm not shitting on my veteran community by any means, but there are people who do not have or will not stand on what they consider to be their principles because they're just trying to survive. That makes them weak-willed and not bad people. Okay? My deal is I'm sick and fucking tired of people flexing in chats, flexing on screen.
Right. Well, we talked about this last week. Everybody's got choices they've got to make. But I'm talking about a very small percentage now. Let's talk about people who have nothing to lose because they've lost everything. That's one extreme. Who's going to enforce this? Well, probably those, who are just going to go and worry about the paycheck, not worry about the oath and whatnot. Want to stay in with the good crowd, which is, the left and those in control. But what if they confront somebody who just ain't got anything to lose? I have a feeling, just be based on human nature. Hey, pro-life warrior. Hey, Kevin Moore fan. Um, if you're confronting somebody with nothing to lose, bullets are going to fly. And how many of these people are willing to die to enforce that gun rule? I'm not saying, Patriot, that what you're saying is not true. I'm sure that it is. I know that it is. If you put it out, I know it's got to be true. But it's easy to issue the order.
Right.
Okay. It's a whole nother thing when you're the guy knocking on the door and ringing the doorbell. That's a whole different thing. And you can be armored up. You can be, SWAT team and all the rest of that stuff. You come across a guy with nothing to lose. He's going to light it up. Okay. He's going to go down in a blaze of glory. All right. And that just might be enough to stiffen the backbone of the next guy, and then the next guy, and then the next guy. Okay. But everybody's got choices to make. When I was temporary duty, because, and Sparky knows this, I don't know how it was when he was in, but I know everybody in the Navy had to do temporary duty someplace. All right. You were TDY someplace or other besides your regular MOS. I was lucky enough to get security. Well, or unlucky enough. It depends on your point of view.
Right.
For 6 months, I was a cop. Now, I didn't go out with everybody. I went out with a guy who did this regularly. This was his MOS. I was just temporary duty. But I was a cop. And even in the short 6 months that I worked base security, the one thing that I learned from the veteran cops, this is this was their MOS, was the most dangerous person that you have to deal with is somebody who doesn't give a damn no more, and the quiet ones, the ones who are yelling, screaming, jumping up and down, and causing a ruckus. Okay, you have to take them into account. But the guy the guy that you have to really worry about is that quiet guy in the corner. He ain't saying nothing, and that's the most dangerous guy in the room. Okay, it's the same thing in real life. Worst ass whipping I ever got was from a guy 5'3", who, when I was a security cop, jumped on my body and started hitting me in the face until I took my nightstick and jammed it under his throat to get him off of me. Right, but he was liquored up, but he was 5'3". He ended up putting 15 stitches in the back of my head. All right, so, but he was the quiet guy. He's the little guy. So everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're in the chat. It doesn't matter whether you are here. It doesn't matter anywhere. You've got choices to make.
Oh, okay. So, okay, and that's I want everybody in the chat and everybody that's listening to please do not misunderstand me. I will not go quietly. I will not just let them come and take what I fucking worked hard for and paid for because they have a different idea than I do. Do not misunderstand that.
Oh yeah,
there are a lot of us like that. I'm trying. While y'all were talking, I was trying to read through the chat and trying to kind of catch back up. The things, one of the things I saw in here was that there's a lot of the military who actually are not original United States citizens or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of foreigners in our military.
Actually, those people are more dedicated to the idea of America and the actual the what this country was founded on. Those people are usually the most patriotic members of the military. And And there's one person in chat talking up the Marines about how they're the greatest and everything. And dude, I love my Marines, but they're usually mindless bags of meat that just follows orders. Well, if you want the Marines are shock troops. They are there to react. They do not question. They do their job. So when they have a corrupt commander in charge of them, and they tell them go up there, Marine, and do that, they're gonna do it because that's the way they're trained. And there's nothing wrong with that. God bless the Marine Corps. I love those guys, but they're not known for their ability to operate autonomously.
Yep. I want to bring up something that I don't think a lot of people are taking into consideration. What is our National Guard made up of?
Citizens.
Who is our National Guard made
Citizens.
up of?
The guy next door, your doctor, your pharmacist, your dentist, your mechanic. That's what the National Guard is. You know.
What did they do during Katrina? The National Guard.
They went around confiscating guns.
They threw an 80-year-old lady up against the fucking wall because she had a handgun and wouldn't give it up,
and
put her on the fucking floor.
Yep.
We've seen the videos.
So don't think that there ain't order followers out there in our military, in our National Guard. Don't think there ain't order followers. Look, I want to make sure everybody. Huh?
I said none of us thought that. We know there's going to be order followers. It's just that the question was, the question I had is how many of them are going to be free thinkers and follow the oath that they took, and how many are not. It seems like more veterans that are coming out are more oath keepers. Now I know, ex-military, ex-cops that can't stand what the police and everybody's doing right now.
I know tons of cops that have quit their job because of their bootlicker looking counterparts. Look, it's in all the communities. Yep. There are people that will do what they think they need to do to survive, and if it is licking the boot of the tyrant, they will do it with glee.
Yep.
Warsaw Patriot said it wasn't the National Guard; it was the ATF. Okay. We have to look at that, but I think he's right.
Well, here's the deal: the ATF takes the exact same oath.
Yeah, and so do the police officers that beat the shit out of Trump supporters the other day.
So does Congress.
A week ago or two. Yeah,
I mean,
Congress, look, the FBI.
We all take the same oath.
Or versions of it.
Yes.
Yeah, slight version.
It all has that defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That phrase exists there. Mm-hmm. And we are all taught basic constitutionality. So it still happens. Mm-hmm. If you're arguing that it doesn't, well, then you're living under a rock, man. I can't help you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the Marine Corps is perfect. I'm not going to say the Air Force, the Army, the Navy. None of them are perfect. There are plenty of bootlickers in every branch.
Absolutely. The ones who protect their careers, the ones who are more career-minded, like political careers and things like that. But be that as it may, okay,
there's still
bottom line. The bottom line is everybody's going to have to make a choice. Okay, everybody's going to have to make a choice now.
Pardon me. Sorry, Warhorse man. I got to do something. Kentucky Patriots Semper Fi. Let me go ahead and break this down to you. My father was a motherfucking SEAL. We had Marines on his goddamn team, and you know what? They were great people. But you know what? I've worked a lot with the Marine Corps. I've seen the best and I've seen the worst of the Marine Corps. And you know what? Bro, look, if you want to sit there and do a SEAL act and scream Semper Fi in the back of your throat as that cock hits your fucking medulla oblongata, I don't give a fuck.
Well, come on, man. Don't be bashing.
No, because he's sitting there and he's talking shit. He's talking out of his ass.
Okay.
And so I'm going to call him out. Look, you want to talk shit, you want to talk about it, be about it, baby. Here's the deal. I love the Marine Corps. I love the Marines, but they ain't perfect. None of them are. That's why in Okinawa they get locked the fuck down because they don't know how to act.
I'm perfect,
I
according to myself.
can tell you right now, my dad is a Marine. He was a frontline Vietnam foxhole, flat out Marine. Straightforward.
Straight mud Marine, right?
To this day, he is a flat out, straightforward fucking person. Okay. He taught me a lot of shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, the day that I turned 18, because I did so well on my, what was the test, the ASVAB test and all that shit. And I did so well in mechanics and stuff that I had these recruiters ringing my phone off the fucking wall, my parents' phone, and my dad took me up into the shop building that he has, and he set me down and he said, "Son, I'm gonna tell you something." He said, "I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do at this time. You are of age now." He said, "But what I am going to do is sit down and tell you some stories." And he told me, he said, "If I had my choice, I will never let you go anywhere near any kind of Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, any of them." And he said, "I'm just telling you, if I have my way about it." Now, I can understand, he did come back from Vietnam. He experienced the getting off the plane and the people spitting on him and doing all the stuff. I get that. The things that he told me up there in that shop building that day, he let me know. He said there are good and bad no matter where you go. He said there are people in the Marines and in the military period that I saw do things that was, he said it's unimaginable, the things that they did.
Yeah.
He said, in fact, he watched some Marines kill a few of their own on purpose. What was those saying? The fragging them, because they were not following orders to the T. They were told to go in and tear down and kill everything in a village, including men, women, and children, dogs, goats, chickens, cats, rats, anything that fucking moved got killed.
Yep.
And these people went in without hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
So there are these people on all sides, and there are order followers, and there are people that take this oath, and they take this oath to heart, and they would never do anything against their American citizens. And I agree with that 100%. Just like when you walk into society out here, there are people like myself who will stand and fight and fucking die for the freedom for myself, for my wife and kids, for Sparky, and regardless if y'all agree with anything he's got to say or you agree with everything he's got to say, for that man sitting right over here, for that man sitting down there, and his families and their families and y'all's families out there, I will fucking fight and die for that to the T. But I guarantee you, I've got a neighbor that lives right across the street that'd be the first one to turn you fucking in.
Yep.
Okay? So it's everywhere. It's human nature. So we can argue about what this is going to be and what the cops and what this part, because there's good and bad in everything you do in every walk of life.
Well, I wanna bring up what Voice in the Dark said. How would we best organize to stand against this without becoming targets by big tech, and how many platforms are compromised now? And I know that we're creating a whole bunch of new ones. We got like Parlor, Rumble. I still like I've got everybody here's contact and half of you people in the chat. I mean, I'm not afraid to share my contact info because honestly, I mean, if they take my channel down, the only way I can really reach out to you is either through email or through text or calling. So I mean, I would say that would be a big one is the people that you know and trust, get connected with them because it can pay off in the end. The only problem is right now so many of us, like I'm in Arizona, we got Arkansas, we got Ohio, and I'm not
Virginia.
Virginia. So, but we're scattered out. But at the same time, if we reach out to each other, we can still get in contact. Maybe some. Like I've got friends down here in Arizona. We go out to the range and we practice together. And you just it takes time to build these groups. But it's like, hey, oh, you live in Ohio? Oh, I live in Ohio. Where are you at? Oh, I'm over here. You may have to drive an hour or two, but I mean, that would be about the best way because when you're out at the range, and we leave our cell phones and stuff like that in the vehicle unless I'm like recording. But yeah, the government they don't need to know what we're up to when we're out there.
Hey,
I mean,
Dangerous. I don't mean to cut you off, but is your boy playing bass again?
yes.
Okay, I was hearing it through my
All
headphones.
right. Let me go. Let me
I'm
go.
just saying.
Take care of it.
I mean, I love music, but I was getting distracted between you and the music. But here's the thing. What we tend to forget, honestly, because of the convenience of this thing, there was a world before emails and before Twitter and before all of that business. Okay, there was a world that was there. The ways you can get in touch. Okay, let's call it like we see it. Big tech is not even going to uh, hide it. They've already started coming after us. Okay, you know what? I don't make a dime off of my channel. I don't make one thin dime. Okay, so I'm useless to them. I don't make any revenue for them. All right, so they may do away with me anyway because I mentioned Jesus on my channel and all of that. That's fine. I don't care. If you go to my channel, you'll see instead of just videos, you'll also see playlists like inspirational sermons, inspirational music, and things like that, things of that nature. So I'm useless to them. I don't create any revenue for them, so I don't care. I've got Ron. I've got your contact phone number, Sparky
Mhm.
and Patriot. If you allow me to, Ron can give me your numbers, and it'll go vice versa. This is how
Yeah.
you got to do it, guys. This is how you got to do it, chat. You got to get together with people. You got to build slow. There was a world, honest to God, there was a world before all of this social media crap. It makes it easy. Okay, let's be real. The YouTube and the Rumble and the D Live and all the rest of that, all that business makes it easy, makes it easier. But you mean to tell me, this just came to me. You mean to tell me that we are so conditioned to use this that we can't adjust, adapt, overcome like the ancestors of this country did? Are you kidding me? We can adjust, we can adapt, we can overcome. Will it take time? Will there be casualties? Yes. Let's be real. There's going to be casualties. There's we're going to have to adjust as Americans. Period. We're going to have to make adjustments. We're going to have to get, and I'm sorry, but as law abiding as conservatives tend to be, we might have to get down and dirty and nasty. If if you're going to deal with a mud fight, baby, you're going to get dirty.
That's
Okay,
right.
if you fight down in the mud, in the blood, and all the rest, you're gonna get dirty and you're gonna get bloody and you're gonna get. So if you think you're gonna keep your skirts clean in the coming administration, I got news for you. Ain't gonna happen. All right.
Yeah,
You know,
I want to kind of lean up here and let everybody see this.
absolutely.
Upside down flag with the Punisher skull on it. You know, the Punisher represents punishment. You know, it represents death. You know, that's I mean, it's this world. We are in distress. When yeah, exactly, I've got that. I've got that same sticker over there on my refrigerator. Yeah, that this represents punishment. This represents a distressed nation. I know this nation is in distress. I understand this. Um, I've just got to say, you know, look, guys, all I was trying to make a point a while ago in the chat, everybody, with the video I was talking about, and yes, I can, is if it's still up. I will check and I can send it out to people. I don't have a problem with sending it out. The guy said, share this video, you know, but he does not, he's not wanting it on YouTube or anything like that. Look, this nation is in distress. The only point I'm trying to make is you're fixing to have to make a fucking choice. You know, Biden and Harris are going to tear this fucking country apart. Worse than we ever thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you guys something. Have any, even the chat, I want you to give me a one. Give me a one if you've seen this. Has anybody seen the letter that Ted Nugent wrote to Joe Biden? Okay, give me a one in the chat if you've seen it. If you haven't, go look it up. Okay, and it is awesome. All right, he is basically telling Biden is telling us we need to unite. We need to be united. Oh, you people need to come over to. You spent 4 years chasing after the president. You set him up with fake phone call, or you were pointing to a phone call where it was pay or play. You were going after him for 4 years. You dreamed up all kinds of scenarios. You rigged an election and all the rest of that business. And Ted Nugent's letter, y'all got to look it up because I don't even do it justice by describing what's in it. All right.
I think I could pull it up and screen share it if you give me a second here.
Yeah, because that was an awesome piece of writing.
And while you're pulling that up real fast, Patriots Unite Against Censorship. Yes, I did see where Pakistan went completely dark.
Yeah, I heard about that as well. Yeah.
If you don't think we can't go completely dark, we have a horrible power grid. Mm-hmm. Horrible.
Any lineman for any power company will tell you that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a fact.
Let me go ahead and read this out loud really quick. All right. Dear Vice President Biden, although I refuse to listen to it, I understand that during your presidential acceptance speech, you were calling for the unity of Trump supporters. I remember 4 years ago, my President Trump also called for unity. I remember how congressional members of your Democratic Party responded by boycotting his inauguration. I remember how you and your Democratic Party cheated and used the greatest law enforcement institution of this country to spy on my President Trump's campaign. I remember how you and your Democratic Party created a fake Russian dossier to try and impeach my President Trump. I remember how your Speaker of the House ripped up my President Trump's beautiful State of the Union speech on national TV. I remember how you and your Democratic Party tried to impeach my President Trump over a Ukraine phone call. You accused my President Trump of pay to play. Come to find out, Joe, it was really you and your son, Hunter. Wow, that's good. Yeah, that was spot on.
Mm-hmm. And I like the way he signed it off, too. You know? So you can F off.
I look at I look at everything that's going on right now, and I see what they're talking about on the media, and the normies, the people who aren't elbows deep in this. And man, I've been deep in this for a while now. I've been going to all these different rallies and protests and everything. I've been talking to people on the ground. I've been talking to people online. And you know, when I'm starting to see a lot of things, I see a lot of things that don't add up. Um, and what doesn't add up mostly amongst the patriots is dedication. There's people who firmly believe in the American ideals, but they're not willing to take that next step, if you will. And that's kind of disheartening. Well, no, that's a lot disheartening to see that. But it's kind of expected. You know, everyone has their roles, right? Their roles in life, things that God bless them with certain certain skills. Some people are good at messaging. Others people are great at, you know, different arts. Some people are great at fighting. Some people have mechanical inclinations and all this other stuff. But the problem that I see amongst the MAGA movement, the neoconservative movement, because that's what that is. It's a neo-populist movement, and with conservative leanings. We are such individuals that we can't organize. And right now we are highly disorganized. Proof of that would be, well, what happened Wednesday?
Yeah.
There was no plan. So when I hear trust the plan, I kind of roll my eyes and I go, really? Because no one's told anyone what the plan is. No one has a clue. You know, it's just people. I went up there with the intention of documenting because I knew something was going to happen, and I knew it was not going to be told truthfully. And I did not expect people to break into the Capitol. I did not expect that. I did not see that one coming. But I knew that those barriers were going to get broken down. I knew that it made too much sense. And just looking at the temperature of the country, and a lot of people are going, Joe Biden will not be my president. The same thing that I told leftists, I'm going to have to tell my own people here on the right. If you're an American, regardless of your affiliation, your party affiliation, or whatever, the person who is legally holding that office is the person who is your president at that time. Some people are saying Joe Biden will not even make it to inauguration. At this point, I do not see anything happening. All the constitutional processes have been followed, and everyone wants to talk about the executive order of 2018. It would have already been done. Yes.
I have something to share that just hit my phone, and like I said, I have no idea what's going on. I can make predictions. I can give you my opinion, but I'll just share this real quick. I don't know who all will be able to see this. Let me see if I can get it to come up. Come on, pull up, you stupid junk.
Yeah, it ain't gonna go in that close.
Okay.
Just read it out.
From Donald Trump Jr. What it says: 4 hours ago, big announcement coming soon. In the meantime, think about this. What is freedom worth to you?
And that right there is essentially, look, it's time for you to draw that line.
And it also says, are y'all ready for this one? Emergency broadcast from POTUS. Then the shitstorm begins. President Trump will address the nation. Pass this on, please.
So now, where did that come from?
That was to my phone. I'm just telling you what
Well, here's
what
this.
was sent.
Here's this,
I,
guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Patriot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine, brother. You're fine. No. I was just kind of putting my hand in the air saying I don't know what it means. I don't know how true it is. I'm just telling you it was just sent to my phone.
Well, yeah, because they took Trump off. They took Donald Trump off of Twitter.
It did not come from Twitter. They're saying it will pop up on the phones. I'm not
He has control over. You can't stop the president from hitting the emergency broadcast system.
Right. Here, wait, let's see. I'm getting another one. President sent out a notice. He plans to address the American people at 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
He asked that you tune in to hear the evidence that mainstream media has not been hiding and reporting. He asked that we do not watch this address on mainstream media on TV. They will just often cut off the president or lie to the American people. You can seek him online at Newsmax, OAN, yeah. America's Voice News, Right Side's news stations are all on the side of the left. They have been acting like those in communist countries and blocking the info that the other side put out. This is tonight, January 9th, and it does say President Donald Trump on top of it.
Wow.
Okay, so 9 o'clock was 17 minutes ago.
Well, is it 9 o'clock Central, Eastern, or Pacific?
It says 7 o'clock Arizona time.
So that's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Well, I had my TV on, and I just scrolled through a bunch of like the NBC, CBS, ABC. I scrolled through all of them, and I can tell you this. I'm going to do it right now. NBC has a football game on, Tampa Bay versus Washington.
Right.
Fox has Name That Tune. Fox Plus has Modern Family. ABC has Shark Tank. And CBS has 48 Hours. So none of the networks are playing it. Okay. So that's that.
Like I said, I was just sharing what just got shared to my phone. That's all I'm saying. I'm not in any kind of way saying this is true, this is fixing to happen. I'm just telling you what got shared to my phone. I'm only sharing information that got shared to me.
Okay. And I saw that same thing earlier today on Facebook, and it said 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know how truthful that is.
I don't know either. But this was 23 minutes ago. This one says things are moving today. Trump is at Cheyenne Mountain as we speak, looking at the evidence taken from Pelosi's laptop in real time. My sources say Pelosi was stopped at the border last night at 11:55 and will be headed to an undescribed location pending the tribunals and trials. Sidney Powell and Lan Wood are in front of military judges today. I did hear earlier that Sidney Powell released the Kraken and they completely took everything down immediately and shut her off of every single thing she tried to send it on.
Well, I know I know that today FBI dropped a file on Pelosi's father. And I haven't had the time to dig through it all.
All right,
well, hang on, let me finish. It says the 195,000 sealed indictments. They're saying there's more, and there will be sweeping arrests before the weekend is over. Everyone should stock up today and prepare to hunker down for 10 to 12 days while while the Trump team takes action and the new government is put in place. For those wondering, Pence did his duty. He did not betray Trump. Without his actions, there would have been no insurrection. Now Trump has them where he wants them. I'm just again. I'm just reading what is being sent to me.
Okay, all right.
I hope it's right, but I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I am too. But
Me too.
But anyways, Melody out here in the chat dropped this, and I mean, this is like the only time I get to interrupt. But so I'm gonna go ahead and screen share this one really quick here. I have not seen this. This General McKinley.
Yes.
Oh no, not this video. No, this is okay. So if people are into numerology,
hold on. Let
this
me
is
hear
your video.
I don't know about all the numerology.
There's a person who is telling the world what Italy's role was using the satellite, Italian government satellite.
Oh man, no, there's no way. Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep if I watch that guy. All right, so what's he trying to say there? Talking about Italy?
He's talking about manipulation of votes via I think it's the Magellan satellite. It's an Italian satellite, and then he starts talking about numbers and dates, and he goes in this whole numerology thing. I watched it, and my eyes kind of crossed. When I hear people talking about numbers and it isn't like statistics or something like that, I tend to glaze over, because that's mostly when I'm sitting there going, that's some tinfoil hat stuff, my opinion. But I did watch the entire thing, and it makes sense. There's some stuff of it that makes sense, but extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof, and he didn't offer that. And that's where I'm kind of like, oh.
Two things. First of all, Effie, I know about your boy being in the hospital. He's in thoughts and prayers. Okay, Effie?
Absolutely, Effie. Yes, you're always.
Your son is in thoughts and prayers. Okay, I hope he gets better. Keep the faith. Okay, keep the faith, Effie. All right. Hope your boy gets better. Number two, Sparky, I have a tendency to agree with you. There are things that people are into that I'm just like, okay, I will respectfully listen, but I'm going to have to agree to disagree. Or it's so esoteric and otherworldly that I'm having just a little bit of a problem wrapping my engineer mind around it. Okay. So I just leave it alone. If that's what floats a person's boat, I'm good with that. Okay. That's not to discredit anybody. I'm just saying we'll leave that alone. It's like how do I say this respectfully? It's like the Mayan calendar thing. Okay. A guy was on YouTube, and I remember this. Somebody could probably find it if they're bored out of their minds and they have the time. There was this one guy in the desert Southwest. I think his brain got cooked. All right, and it says he's going to save the world by jumping a gap between two big rocks when the Mayan calendar is supposed to turn. Okay, he's going to save the entire world by jumping between two. It's like that thumbnail you had, Dangerous, with the guy
for last week.
Yeah, with the guy jumping over. The dude in the desert Southwest, when the Mayan calendar was about to turn, he was going to save the whole world by jumping a similar kind of a gap. So I'm like, I'm just going to let that one slide. Just you do you and I'll do me, and neither the twain shall meet.
Well, okay, and some people are saying it sounds like we're giving up. No, that's actually not the deal. No. I'm not giving up in the least bit.
No.
I am sitting there. I am trying to tell you this is what I'm seeing, and you need to adjust your expectations. The fight doesn't end. And I will tell you this, Donald Trump I love what he has done. About 90% of what everything he's done, I've agreed with. However, he is not the only person that can save America. In fact, he can't save America. Americans have to save America.
Now you're getting somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now you're getting somewhere.
It's not, look, Donald Trump may be the avatar of the MAGA movement or the American First movement or the American populist movement, however you want to label it. But he's not the end of it. You and I, we are the people that have to go out there and we have to do stuff. We have to educate people on what's going on. We have to convert people from bad ideas. But if we're sitting around looking like a bunch of loons crying over spilt milk because Trump lost, I don't care, dude. I didn't go to DC because Trump lost and I wanted the vote overturned. I went to DC because I wanted an investigation into the election because there's a total lack of transparency. If Trump lost fair and square, okay, I'll take that loss and I'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm asking for an investigation, if we have thousands upon thousands of signed affidavits, people willing to go to prison to testify and give what they saw, what they witnessed, and it's being ignored, something about that doesn't smell right.
Right.
So
Right.
the majority of the people who went there, they went there in support of the president, but they also went there to support the Congress people to grow enough spine to stand up to the oppressive majority and tell them, we want transparency in our elections. This isn't about Donald Trump anymore. This is about country.
Right. Sparky, you're absolutely right. See, because let's look at it. Okay, let's look at it. Whether the president had 1 or 2 terms, okay, all of this business is going to take years to fix, if it's even fixable. And you're right. There has to be transparency in the election. Now, touching on the general for just a moment, whether he had valid information or not, his delivery style was killing me. Okay. So I had a teacher like that, and I swear to you, I had to bang myself in the head to stay awake because he would just talk like that and just kill me. Okay. So if he had valid information or not, I'm sorry, I couldn't listen because, or I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take me a while to do it. But be that as it may, no, this has to be fixed from the ground up. This business has been happening for 50 years, ladies and gentlemen. When they took God out of the curriculum, 50 years ago, when they legalized abortions, it was a progression. This didn't just happen overnight. Okay, the firearms ban, or not the firearms ban. Help me out, Sparky. The limitations on the firearms back in the 60s. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's like what is it, freedom? You know it. You rail against it. The one that started the background checks, the one that started limiting like your ability to own fully automatic weapons and things like that.
It was the 1934.
The NFA.
The NFA. That's what it was. That's what it was. Thank you.
Thank you so much, chat. Thank you.
Yeah, the NFA. Okay. Yeah, thanks, chat. Rage in the Cage, I appreciate you, man. And New York Outcast, and I appreciate you. But look, this has been happening for a long time, folks. This was happening long before Sniffy Joe and the Ho. Okay? This was happening long before they ever came on the stage. All right? It is. Thank you, Brastard. So this was happening a long time ago. where have the problem with conservatives is that it's not the problem. Maybe I should preface what I'm going to say. The thing about the conservatives by nature is they're law abiding. Most of them, I'm a dad, and I can understand some folks of my parents' generation saying this will pass. It's just a fad, and allowing things to happen. The problem is that it happened too much, and we kept pulling the line back. Whether you believe in scripture or not, there is a passage in the Bible that says, "Do not move your boundary markers." I'm paraphrasing. Now, that doesn't just apply to your house. That applies to the way you live. When you keep moving back your personal boundaries, oh, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, and eventually one day you wake up and you got transgender folks, okay, have reading to kids. You're having 10-year-olds having a stripper, okay, at her party. You're having all this business going on, okay, and that's called moving your markers, moving your boundaries. Now, think about this. Anybody ever, if you've seen this movie, which I'm sure everybody has, or most of us have, if you've seen Saving Private Ryan, what did the captain say when they were defending the bridge? This is the Alamo, and he's pointing to an area. Okay, he's pointing to an area. You're going to fall back, but where is the Alamo? Okay, where's your Alamo? I'm asking you as individuals, where's your Alamo? Where is your final line? Okay, when you've been pushed off the cliff, okay, when you've been pushed off the cliff and say, oh, you know what, maybe I should have rethought that. It really does come down to personal choice, boys and girls. You know, I have used so many analogies, so many anecdotes. The frog in the water is us. The frog in the water is us, ladies and gents. Bottom line. Yep. So where is your Alamo? Where is your Alamo? Where do you stand like the 300 did in Greece, where they made the movie, that highly dramatized movie? Where's your final stand? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, see, here's, let's just for the sake of
voice, I don't have anything on that. Voice just asked a question in the chat, and I haven't heard anything about that. A possible executive order to make Biden, or from Biden to make Obama a third term possible.
I hadn't heard that either. But
I think it's against the Constitution. But,
well, yeah.
I know
so okay. All right. So let's just for the sake of just talking, okay? There has been 6,000 troops given to DC, or moving in DC. It's a lot of damn people, man. It's a lot of damn troops, man. I don't know. Is there still a bunch of people in DC? I mean, everything I've seen a video and it was pretty quiet in DC.
They've left. I live south of I live south of swamp.
They all have gone.
They're gone.
That's what I'm saying. Why is there 6,000 troops there?
Because okay, they're there to keep. They're there because they think they're there under the pretense of keeping order. Okay. They're there under the pretense of keeping order. Well, there ain't nobody showing up. Okay?
Right.
Not because they're scared, but because there just ain't anybody showing up.
Right.
You know? When the whole shit show went down on Wednesday, I was heading to the job. Okay? And they had curfewed not only DC, there were curfews in nearby jurisdictions, of which my hospital was in one of them. Okay, and I can tell you this is a fact. I'm not making this up. But when I drive north to go to the job, all right, and on the way there was a bunch of state troopers doing code 3 up. And if you don't know code 3, that's lights and sirens. There was a bunch of them heading north because basically Muriel Bowhead, okay, Bowser, was screaming for troops, and oh my God, everything's going to go to chaos. So there were state troopers showing up, and all the rest of this business. All right, so I saw it. I saw at least state troopers heading north.
I saw it coming in, and it was impressive. You saw them coming in from Maryland, and you saw them coming in from Virginia. National Guard types and state troopers alike. It was very interesting how they mobilized. Surprisingly, that it took as long as it did, to be quite fair. But yeah, no, there's 6,000 troops in DC because there's also a caravan. There's a caravan of patriots moving towards DC.
Okay.
Now
I missed that one.
Yeah, I had
the stand that happened on Wednesday. What happened on Wednesday motivated a lot of people. And I have seen a lot of chatter amongst different circles. People are moving, people are making movements. I haven't seen it on the interstate, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It isn't happening because if you have a big caravan, the last way you'd want to move is through the interstate. It's too much of a choke point. There is a lot of strange things going on. And I've said a lot of things that are unpopular tonight. And I'm not apologizing for it because it's what I see. It's what I firmly believe. And there are people who are they're stuck in a complacent nothing. And they believe someone else is going to do it for them. No one's going to do it for you. You can either be part of the solution or part of the problem. That has been pretty much my message tonight.
Okay, so going from there. Okay, we know that, irrelevant or not, the grid just went completely down in Pakistan. What was it? How many people's in Pakistan? 200.
I don't know. I don't care. It's not America, Stan.
Okay.
No, probably Israeli. It's probably Israel.
Okay. Well, we can say, well, we don't care about that, and we don't care about that. There's a point to be proven here. Again, our power grid is the worst fucking power grid. I mean, it's horrible. What I just got, I guess what I'm trying to say is people out there in the chat on this panel, what would you do if that phone did go off? If all this shit just went down and that phone went off?
You better get ready.
You know,
then you better get ready to live like they did in the 19th century, like your forefathers did. And I don't care if they're the forefathers of this country or for those who lived in other countries. You best believe you better start learning real fast how to live like the Amish. Okay,
but I'm saying, no, I mean really reality.
Yeah.
What if that phone did fucking go off? with that warning system, and Trump come on there and said, it's fucking martial law. We are fucking arresting people, and it's going down now. I mean, the reality of that, think about that. I mean, dude, that's it, because I thought about a lot of this stuff today, especially after reading or after watching that video I watched earlier today. Man, I'm going to tell you, it is a sobering thought to really sit back. And I trust me, I understand a lot of people would love it. I have caught myself multiple times here in the last even couple of days saying, man, I wish the motherfucker would do martial law and let's get this shit over with and start moving forward.
By the way, Pete Rock, I'm sorry. I just want to acknowledge Pete Rock. Thank you, Pete Rock, for putting out 212 million in Pakistan. Thank you, Pete Rock, for looking that up. I just want to put that out there. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Pete. Pete Rock in the house. But anyway, so 350 million here. You know what I'm saying? A 330, 340, I don't know,
with all the illegals, no, it's more like probably 370.
But okay. All I'm saying is, people, get fucking ready. If you're not ready, if you and look, I know what a lot of people's going to start going, I've got food stacked to the rafters and ammo and guns, and it's not what I'm talking about. That is absolutely not what I'm talking about, because we touched on it a while ago. About being that guy to go to someone's house, being them guys going to someone's house and exchanging gunfire. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put this out there. One of the absolute first people that I started following on YouTube years ago was the Prepared Mind channel. John over at the Prepared Mind. Still love the guy. Great guy, man. Great guy, has a lot of great information. He's straightforward. He's pretty down. I mean, he's a great guy. I've learned a lot from that dude. I'm gonna tell you something. That was one of the things that I really have always loved about the name of his channel, The Prepared Mind. There's another one out there, Fourth Dimension, Kaz. He always says knowledge. Knowledge is something they can't take away from you. You can prepare food to the rafters. You can buy the guns. You can buy the body armors. You can buy all this cool shit. If you don't know how to use it, and if you're not willing to use it, and I'm talking about really straight up, are you willing to, you got to think. I know there's a lot of military, people here and so forth, and man, y'all, much great respect and honor. But for those out there, as myself, if you've never had a bullet zing right past your head, I just want to tell you, it's a very sobering thought. I had 4 of them pass right by my head, so close to my head that I felt the go by me and heard that distinct. It's like a zing zoom sound. It's like a zoom. You
hear that buzz go by. It's
oh my God, man! Because you realize at that moment, if that thing would have been that much closer. I mean, dude, what I'm trying to tell people is, regardless of what happens from this moment on, you've got to be ready and prepared mentally. That's where it's all going to count. You can have the best fire starter in the world, and if you're out there freezing your ass off because you're lost in the woods and you got wet stuff and you know, and it's raining and you're trying, you know, you've got to be mentally prepared to use what you have and know how to use it. Otherwise, it's all for naught. You know, you can have a spare tire. You can have a spare tire in your car all day long, best spare tire in the world. But if you don't even know how to change a fucking tire, the spare tire is useless to you.
Right. See, and here's something that, and I touched upon this last week, and I'm going to remind the chat again. Okay. Law enforcement has no obligation to protect you. They are there to enforce laws. The Supreme Court said so. If you are depending upon law enforcement to save your ass, I got news for you. They're not. Also, let's make clear something. I'm a member of the USCCA. Now, I'm not here to pitch them, but on the card that I have, if may God forbid, now I'm going to caveat what I'm about to say by saying I'm speaking for me. I don't speak for anybody else. I'm speaking just for me.
Absolutely.
I had a come to Jesus moment when I decided to become a gun owner. I had to come to the realization that I may have to put a bullet through somebody or empty a mag into somebody, and I'm going to have to come to that realization. I'm going to have to live with it. All right. Having said that, on the USCCA card, it'll tell you keep your mouth shut because they are not there to help you. Law enforcement is there to collect evidence against you. Anything you can, anything you will and can, or anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. What part of that don't folks understand? So exercise your Fifth Amendment right and keep your yap shut. All right. Now, having said that, law enforcement is not there to protect you. The only one who is to protect is you. Okay. Now, I've had this conversation with my own family. I love my family. I love them, but they cannot wrap their minds up. Most of them, I'm sorry to say, are still on the plantation of the left. I'm sorry to say it. It's a shame. And they cannot literally, when I talk to them about the Second Amendment, things like that, their eyeballs are literally crossing. They cannot comprehend the purpose of the Second Amendment. They literally can't. And one of them's college educated.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that explains it all.
My older brother and my younger brothers are very, very smart individuals. My sister is a wonderful woman.
Well, think about it like this, Manny. I mean, we all watch, you know, the cop videos, and it's like they go out to a call. Oh, you know, my son is acting up, and you know he's got a knife, and then they go in and end up killing the dog and the son, and then the next thing they do is turn around and sue the police, and it's like, well, why in the hell did you kill him? Well, you called us out there. I mean, honestly, we see more and more videos like that. It's like, don't call the cops. I told my mom, because she's only like a block and a half away from me. I was like, man, if you have any trouble, you call me first. I'll get over there and I'll beat the cops there. And I mean, you know, if there's any issue, I'll handle it beforehand. And I do have USCCA, and I can explain to the cops, look, you know, whatever happened. But you know,
can you put up Pete Rock's comment, a question?
Now,
we only got about 10 more minutes on this chat, and then I'm going to switch over to my other one. Let's see.
Let me finish. Let me put this out there.
Go ahead.
Okay. If, like I was saying, my brothers and my sister, they just can't comprehend the two-way. They literally can't. Well, one of the things I told them, I said, you know, I ain't a cowboy. I'm not looking for trouble, but I can't wait for the cavalry I am the cavalry. Okay? May God forbid something happen. I can't wait for the cavalry. All right? And that's where the conversation ended. But and I kept it at that. And I have not spoken about politics or anything like that. But that's a thing for a different time.
I,
Patriot, you want to say something?
I would like to bring up Pete Rock's question. He says, I want to ask this question. If the shit hits the fan, is there a group you join to defend yourself, or are you going to be on your own? I'm going to tell you, to start off with me, and I would like for each one of the panel to give their opinion.
We'll have to end off on that one too, because I got the channel starting.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to say real quick, it's a real simple answer to me. If you try to do it on your own, you're done. You might as well just give up. I think being a loner is the worst mistake in your life. You have to sleep sometime. Your body can only take so much. If you get out there and you sprain your ankle, if you twist your knee, if you break your leg, I mean, you're done. Plain and simple. You have to have a group of friends. Ain't nobody says you got to be, such and such big militias and all this stuff. Man, you just simply have a group of friends that you hang out, you have some beers, you target practice a little, you talk about a few scenarios, hey man, in case this happens, I'm right down the street, we'll get together, we'll help each other out, yada yada. That's my simple answer on that. You got to have a group of friends.
Ron, while I got your attention, do me a favor, Patriot and Sparky, if you want my number, get it from Ron. Ron, if they give permission for me to have their number, pass it on to me. So that
Absolutely.
way we can stay in touch with each other, share things, and at least the knowledge is power. Somebody in this chat said that, and it's true. Knowledge is power. If you can keep each other informed, there was a commercial. It was kind of a funny commercial back in the day, but it applies now. It was about a shampoo. This she tells two friends, and they tell two friends, and so on and so on and so on. It was a commercial back in the.
I remember that one.
Okay.
Hey,
Here's
Warhorse,
Yeah.
private chat.
Okay, I'll jump in there and just got it. All right, I appreciate that, Sparky. Thank you. So here's the thing. I'm gonna copy that. I just copied it. Thank you, Sparky. I appreciate you, man. This is how you're gonna present information in the big tech age, folks. Okay? You're going to have to keep in touch with each other, and then you tell a friend, and they tell two friends, and so on and so on and so on. That's how do you think, it used to be popular, those things where everybody suddenly shows up and does a dance or something like that. You know what I mean? What the hell was it? It was just a few years ago. A flash, it was like a flash mob. That's what the hell it was. Flash mob. Okay? Well, they ain't done away with the phones, and not yet. So we just gotta stay informed. We have to stay informed. Okay? We have to keep each other. We have to watch each other's six, as we used to say in the military. Watch your six. Got your back. Okay? Now, I can only speak for me, but I'm gonna tell this in public, right here in front of the whole world. To see, Patriot, Sparky, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, okay? Something hits the fan, I'll do everything I can to have y'all's back, and that's a pledge and a promise. That's a pledge and a promise. Okay,
I'm right there with you, brother.
I got y'all's back if at all humanly possible. Okay, I got y'all's back, whether it's information or standing by your side at a protest. If I can do it, I will. Okay.
I put my stuff over in the private chat too, my phone number.
Okay, cool. So, I just want y'all to know, man, that this is where it gets real. This is where it's going to get real, and this
Yeah.
is how we're going to have to do it. God Almighty, there was a whole world. I swear to you, people, there was a whole world before before the internet where people kept in touch. Well, that's what we're going to have to do. That's what we're going to have to do. Sparky and Patriot, y'all can get my number and whatnot from Dangerous. You know what I mean? Or because
You could
I could
always
drop.
just text me,
Yeah,
hey, this is blah blah
yeah, yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
aka Warhorse.
Right. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Makes
Uh,
it real easy that way.
Hey,
no, I will.
I wanted to say real fast. I noticed a couple of people actually added to what I was saying a minute ago about if shit hits the fan, and I completely agree. And thank y'all for reminding me of this. Very, very, very important. Make sure that you vet the people that you are going to be
Yes.
around.
Yes.
Very, very key. Yeah.
Um, New York, there was two or three people there that put that, and that's super important. The old boys that are just my buddies and stuff, these are old boys I've been around for a long, long time, and you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about vetting these people. There's actually one that is been watching us tonight and lurking. He's not a big commenter, and that's okay. But I can tell you, he is out there watching us tonight, and he is one of my buddies, and he is a super fucking good dude, man. And I would stand, I would. I would leave here to go do something and shit hits the fan with him standing guard over my family because I know he would protect him with his life. So
Okay.
that's the kind of people you want to make sure you have.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way,
Also,
if Rage in the Cage is still in here, Rage in the Cage, if you're still in here, I'd like to get in touch with you. So I'm going to put it out to Spark, or I'm going to put it out to Ron, and I'd like to get in touch with you. So I'm sorry about that, Sparky.
yeah, no worries, brother. Look, for those who already have my number, some of y'all do. Y'all need to download Telegram. And the reason why I say need to download Telegram is because it's double encrypted. It's double encrypted, a messaging app. We can start a group where we can have a group text. We can keep up with each other. It's not 100% secure. Nothing is. But look, almost everyone in this chat, I think I would probably back them up unless I just have no clue who you are. But there's a lot of people I've developed a relationship with some of y'all through chat, and if I was able to help, I would. I know I'm saying stuff tonight that people don't like. Well, it's not a popularity contest. It's
It's not, and that's why I enjoy having you on, is because we do have different opinions on certain things. So,
and I try to be. No, I don't try to be. I'm as honest. This is honesty, and sometimes telling the hard truth the way I see it. It's just the way it's got to be. I'm not, I could tell you everything. I could sit there and beat the drums and everything and talk about, how great it is going to be. It's not going to be great. It's going to suck. You gotta get prepared for that. You gotta embrace that suck.
yeah,
You gotta push through it.
Sparky, you're
Yeah.
a pain in the ass as far as honesty, but I like that. Okay.
All right, hey guys, I went ahead and I posted the link for the new StreamYard over in the private chat. So if you want to hop over there, we're gonna hop over there because 2 hours. I think I'm gonna take your advice, Sparky. I'm gonna start cutting it down. So this was a really great stream, and I posted the link. I'll post it one more time out here in the chat. So I'll be going live there in about a couple minutes here. And so if you want to hop on over there, everybody, thank you for coming out tonight. And And on that panel, I'm going to get differing opinions. So it's not just going to be the four of us. That's going to be the Mad Max arena.
Right.
By the way, Sparky, do stuff with Nikki. Says that you need big hugs. So
Yeah.
I'm hugging you right around your big head there, boy.
That was kind of cringy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, James Clontz, thank you, man. Thank you for the love. I saw you comment in here, James Clontz. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
Look, there's a lot of great people in here. You don't have to agree with me. I would just say consider what I've said and do with that what you will. Like I said, look, I posted unedited videos about what happened in DC, showing what happened. If go over to my channel, watch it, make up your own mind. I am not going to tell you what to think. That's why I put it out without any commentary. I'll be putting out a video tomorrow, my complete thoughts on the 6th. And y'all have heard some of it, but I'm not going to give it all away because, well, I just haven't done it yet. But God bless you all. I'm Aircraft Sparky. You're not, and that's a good thing because if you were, you'd look like this. No one wants that. Not even myself. In fact, I'm putting together a home gym right now so I can fix all this a little bit better. But I'm getting news right now. Amazon is cutting Parler servers.
Yeah.
We
can discuss that on the other
all kinds of crazy stuff. But I'm not going to be there because I don't do marathon streams.
Okay, fine. Me and Patriot, man, we man up. We could do 10, 33-hour streams.
Buddy, we are going to the other side, the other channel, and we are going to be on there for a long time. You guys can dip in and out. We're going to open the panel up. We're going to talk shit. We're going to drink. We're going to have a good time. And by gosh, we're going to fucking love our freedom while we got it, because we may be really fighting for it tomorrow.
Yes,
Amen.
we will. Amen. But Ms. Mary, thank you for the love. Okay, I appreciate you, Ms. Mary. I really do. Now, Dangerous, I'm going to say goodbye to the chat, and I'm going to see you wise guys on the other side for a little while before I got to hit the sack. But because it's been a long day. I put my daughter on a plane to Spain, literally. She had a pre-commitment to go study for a year. Okay, and it was all set up long before all of this idiocy started. So I put her on a plane today, and I've had a long day. But I'm gonna see you. Okay. I'm gonna see you wise guys on the other side.
All right.
All right. Sparky, my man. Sparky, my man. You the man.
Nah, I'm not the man, but I happen to know a couple of the mans. Look, man.
Okay.
Y'all take care.
That's it. We're already past. Anyways, and come join us at the other channel. It should be interesting. So see y'all in a few.
See y'all in a few.